Alright, here's a longer video about my liquid culture. I just started it on, it's probably like really, actually, it was like really late on April 30th. So I marked them May 1st. Um, so here's the Mediterranean oyster. Gonna give a little stir. You can kind of see it already with a little bit of stuff in there. Now I just did like, you know, 1 maybe 2 milliliters of liquid culture in each one of these. So they've really taken off. Um, this is for 1.5 liters, there was 3.7 grams of light malt extract. Um, and then I did 2.5, basically a total of 2.5 grams, because I did a triple batch or a double batch of vegetable peptone and also bacterial peptone. Here's a reishi. And then about 25 grams of light Caro corn syrup. These ones I did a little bit earlier. These I did on the 29th. And this one is a shiitake. I've always found the shiitake grows the slowest out of pretty much everything. So there's a little bit in there, but not a whole lot. Here's the wine cap. I always found that it grows really quickly. I have a couple different strains of shiitake. That is the 3782. This is some wine cap. Going strong. I'll also post some videos of all of my actually, I might even just go ahead and go down there. I'll show you, do an unedited video. Go down into my basement, down into the where I start all my plants. But it's now clean down here, so it looks really nice. So here's some of my plants. It's kind of off topic. Some aerial plants I have. I got my garden going pretty good now. I got several hundred plants. So here's my mushroom menagerie, as I call it. Got a bunch of bags of grain spawn of rye with some wine caps, some of the 3782 shiitake, some shiitake 75s that supposedly aren't as productive but are much tastier. Some brown beech. That some actually is millet. The place I get my grain from was All Out. I'm actually getting ready to get a bunch of Milo, aka sorghum, from Asia Standard, some animal feed grade stuff that's like 50 cents a pound, as opposed to that like raw grains like $1, like 59 for organic stuff. And it's like, I don't need freaking organic. They don't care. Some of the 30s. This is the shiitake 75s. I started on April 21st. And see, one thing I've learned about the shiitake is, especially, it seems like you really get a wide range of, granted, these ones were started a day later. Those I started on the 16th of March. See, they're popcorning pretty good. This is actually a bag I did, a 3-pound bag, which was some of my first bags I did on February 7th. It's pretty well browned over. I could probably go ahead and pop it in the fridge and kind of cold shock it for a couple of days. There's some lion's mane grain spawn that I actually just took out of the fridge to do another run on some bags. So maitake, it is really slow. Here's some bags of shiitake 3790, I believe. There were actually some bags that had kind of stalled. And then I just went ahead and mixed, but it was like pretty well myceliated. But I think I had, they weren't wet enough. So they kind of stalled out. So I don't know, I figured instead of just throwing them out, I would just try to see how they would do, just remixing them into some new substrate. I kind of wish now that I maybe would have mixed some grain in there because they seem like they're going pretty slow. They really just took off in the last week. But here's my my fruiting chamber. It's going pretty good. I just now cut off my first shiitake the other day. There's a little stump. It was a big boy. It was about 84 grams for a single shiitake. I